What up, beauty?
Oh, today's our anniversary party.
Is it?
You have coffee breath. Let me see that coffee. What's in that? Let me have a sip.
Georgi, from Bulgaria, re-entered her life, and they eventually married. Their age gap and cultural differences have been recurring themes. For Georgi, introducing Darcey to his family carried real emotional weight. He hasn't seen his parents in over a decade, making their trip to Bulgaria deeply. In interviews, Darcey and Georgi have spoken about the blessing and burden of sharing their personal lives on camera. The love is real, but the cameras amplify every minor and major conflict. The anniversary party, which aired in the September 21st, 2025 episode, was more than a casual celebration. It was steeped in symbolism, family, and unresolved tensions. Stacey, Darcey's twin sister, and her husband Florian traveled to Bulgaria to attend, highlighting how important this event was for Darcey. The party wasn't just about Darcey and Georgi. It was a moment to bring both sides together. For Darcey, being fully embraced by his Bulgarian family is a recurring emotional goal. According to reports, the venue was elegant and classy, but there was surprisingly little casual chatter initially. Guests seemed almost reserved. For her outfit, Darcey wore a white embroidered gown and covered her head with a red veil, a nod to Bulgarian traditions, and a sign that she was making an effort to honor his heritage. During the party, there were genuine tender moments. Georgi was more affectionate than usual, and Darcey was visibly nervous but excited to meet his extended family. Stacey and Florian expressed surprise and delight at seeing Georgi more open and emotionally present. Stacey noted that she wished they were like this all the time. In a confessional, Georgi said he valued this experience deeply, very meaningful and recharging. Darcey shared that acceptance from his family was powerful for her. To feel accepted into their family is the most beautiful feeling. However, the mood shifted drastically as the night progressed. What started in hope and unity devolved into confrontation, emotional vulnerability, and raw conflict. As the celebration went on, Darcey drank more and more. Georgi later acknowledged that Bulgarian parties usually involve a lot of wine, but implied she overindulged. Stacey and Florian noticed her tipsiness. Darcey, in her own words, shrugged some of the concern off. "Hey, I'd rather be me," even while slurring. By the end of the night, she was unwell. When they left, she vomited out of their car, leading to a tense and emotionally fraught ride home. Instead of comforting Darcey, Georgi made jokes. According to Stacey, he didn't show the empathy many would expect in that moment. As Darcey continued to be sick, Georgi's reaction reportedly included mocking. He asked, "Somebody want to poison the queen? Where's the rat?" Darcey retorted, "You're the rat. You tried to poison me." Stacey was visibly upset by Georgi's behavior, saying he should have supported her more instead of Macon. The anniversary party was not just an isolated event. It exposed deeper, recurring problems in their marriage. Finances. After returning to the U.S., Darcey claimed that Georgi was hesitant to pay half their rent. She went so far as to involve her father in a group text. "Hi, Georgi, it's Darcey. Can you please pay your share of the rent?" Darcey Silva first became a 90-day Fiance personality through her spin-off with her twin sister, Stacey. She has had a series of high-profile relationships, and her transparency about romance and its challenges is a core part of her on-screen identity. Georgi Rusev, originally from Bulgaria, entered her life and the franchise with a mix of mystery and emotional depth. Their relationship has had several ups and downs: engagements, breakups, reconciliations. Their dynamic has always been complicated, a blend of genuine affection, cultural differences, and real emotional wounds. But recent episodes suggest that the stakes are higher than ever. One of the major issues between them now is money. Darcey has accused Georgi of being hesitant to contribute his share of expenses, particularly after their trip to Bulgaria. She claims she covered a lot: rent, utilities, food, travel, and that he even wants half the money back for their trip. To push him, she says she put her father into a group message asking Georgi to pay his share. "Hi, Georgi. Can you please pay your share of rent?" Darcey's sister, Stacey, reportedly called Georgi greedy. These aren't minor gripes. These are power struggles. For Darcey, money is tied to sacrifice and emotional labor. For Georgi, financial boundaries may be about self-preservation or future planning. Beyond money, deeper emotional conflicts are bubbling. In a tense argument, Georgi told Darcey, "You don't care about how I feel. I tried to share with you because you're my best friend and my wife." One of their most painful flashpoints: children. Darcey confronted Georgi, saying he once claimed children were too expensive, but now the issue feels more complicated, especially with his admission that "I can no longer have children." Georgi also opened up about the pressure from his Bulgarian family, the weight of his parents' expectations, his fear of failure, and how much he feels he must prove his decisions. A particularly emotional moment. Georgi lamented that Darcey shares everything with his mother, including their problems, and he fears being viewed as a failure. He said, "All of this pressure is on me now. I have to prove that I make the right decision." These conversations suggest a deep gulf. Darcey wants openness and help. Georgi worries his vulnerability might backfire. Darcey recently posted a cryptic message on Instagram. "God told me. Get away from G." Many fans interpreted G as Georgi. While that fueled split rumors, Georgi later made a public Instagram post for their anniversary, calling their relationship a blessing. There are also reports they on Instagram sparked additional speculation. According to some reports, though, Georgi clarified on social media that they are still together despite ugly fights and rumors. This push-pull of social media communication underscores how their private turmoil bleeds into their public narrative. A major arc this season involves their trip to Bulgaria, Georgi's homeland, and the emotional weight that trip carries. Rusev and Darcey Silva's relationship is not just a reality TV storyline. It's a raw portrait of two people trying to navigate love under intense pressure. Their journey brings up universal themes: the balancing act between career and emotion, the challenge of blending different cultural worlds, and the constant negotiation of past wounds and future dreams. As their story unfolds on 90 Day Fiance, Happily Ever After, it's clear that neither of them is settled. The bond they share is fraught, but sincerity remains. Whether their marriage stands or breaks, what makes their narrative compelling is how real it feels: flawed, messy, and deeply human. Georgi Rusev of 90 Day Fiance recently broke his silence on his relationship status with his wife, Darcey, on social media. He finally opened up about whether they are living together, despite back-to-back arguments over multiple issues. On Happily Ever After Season 9, the couple got heated about money, her dresses, babies, and other topics. Georgi had a mental breakdown in the last episode of the show before Toll. He revealed to Darcey that he can't take baby pressure anymore from his Bulgarian family. Their words bothered him, and so he was startled to figure out if he was really ready for kids or not. But his wife declared that she can't give him what he wanted, reminding him that he had once denied it. What's happening between the two now? Is everything all right? In the first part of 90 Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After Season 9 tell-all, No Limits, Darcey Silva confessed that she can't trust Georgi. She told host Shane and the rest of the cast that she had spied on him by secretly checking his phone. Viewers know that she has the snooping. Darcey didn't shy away from admitting she once had the chance to check Georgi's messages with random people. Hence, she snooped on to find one girl sliding into his DM to ask him about the spa and steam room. She even imitated whether the steam room was open to show how the girl flirted with her husband. Later, he also acknowledged that he had accidentally bumped into her phone while she was using it. He said, "I'm just curious." Recently, several fans spotted 90 Day Fiancé's Georgi Rusev share a celebratory post on his Instagram account. He revealed that it's another marriage anniversary for him and Darcey, so he wrote in the caption with their picture, "Happy anniversary, my love." He referred to every moment of their togetherness as a blessing. The reality star wanted more years with her. This actually announced that Georgi and Darcey are still legally together, even though they butted heads on the series. Their on-screen last fight almost convinced fans that divorce, since she hastily exited the restaurant. She was heavily drunk and pushed away her husband when he hugged her to console her. However, Georgi's latest post changed everything. It seems they are truly in their happily ever after phase, and their storylines in the show were mere gimmicks. In his post, He thanked People magazine for bringing their graceful love story and relationship to the forefront. Therefore, their tense situation seems over for now, at least, because the couple looks happy. Many fans assumed that Darcey had finally pulled the plug on her suffocated marriage, but they were also surprised. It's good that they were able to resolve their issues. While they were never compatible with their age gap and others, they always found their way back to each other. Despite Stacey's past mingling with Georgie, they remained strong. Stay tuned to Open Menu button. You did say some things when we have talked about the kids situation that you didn't want that, she shares in the preview. You said kids are too expensive and too much of a responsibility, but I can no longer have children. During a tense one-on-one conversation, Georgie clarifies that he never said, I want kid right now. I will support you as a husband, friend, whatever, she explains. You deserve happiness, but so do I. I can't give you what you really want. You know, deep down inside what you really want. You don't want to admit it. When your sister said these things to you, it hit a chord. It hit your heartstring. Regret not having kids when he gets older. In Sunday's episode, Georgie makes it clear that he's trying to be open and honest. From his perspective, however, his partner makes it harder than it has to be. Darcey Silva's trip to meet husband Georgi Rusev's family on 90 Day Fiance, Happily Ever After, was far more surprising than either of them anticipated. After more than a decade of ups and downs, the couple returned to Georgi's homeland of Bulgaria for the first time since marrying in 2023. Darcey felt the need to tone down her appearance, but that wasn't the biggest surprise. The real shock came during a family dinner where no one was prepared for how it unfolded. Parents, so she took that very seriously. So she went to great lengths to tone down her appearance and toss the tight, revealing clothing and over-the-top makeup out of respect for his family. But what shocked them was Darcey's emotional reaction during dinner, something no one expected. It was shocking when you, to Darcey, started crying at that first dinner with my family. That was really shocking for everybody, especially from my parents, Georgie told Decider. Laughing, Darcey replied, I can't hold back my tears. I wasn't trying to make anyone uncomfortable. I wear my heart on my sleeve, and they know that now. That's when Georgie revealed he hadn't seen his sister in 30 years, which added to the overwhelming moment. There's a lot of emotion and some drama towards the end. You'll get to know Georgie's family. You'll see their reunion and a lot of tender moments between them and us, Darcey said. Because the Bulgarian culture is known for being more stoic, seeing Darcey in a more vulnerable state may have also been a little shocking to everyone. The adventure to Bulgaria alone seemed like a fairy tale for Darcey, and Georgie said he knew she would love the traditions and folklore. But there was one challenging aspect: food. It was interesting to imagine how she's going to fit into this different culture. The food was especially a challenge because she's very specific about the foods. We're in Bulgaria at some restaurant and she ordered American or Italian food, Georgie shared. While Darcey missed pasta, Georgie recalled, it was horrible. I said to her, we're in Bulgaria. We don't cook food like this. We cook traditional Bulgarian food. Darcey said, I do love Bulgarian food. I think their traditions are amazing. My daughters are half Hungarian, so I'm familiar with that culture. I love going to Europe, and I felt at home in Bulgaria. Just some of the food was a little awkward to try. You need an acquired taste for a lot of things. I enjoy doing it. It's not hard for me to be raw, real, and authentic on camera. It's just who I am. I forget the cameras are there sometimes, Darcey said. I like sharing my story and my journey because hopefully I can help someone else. It's a blessing to be able to film. It's a form of therapy for me. While watching our relationship on the show can hurt, it has definitely helped us fix things because we can see where we need to change patterns or behaviors. Since they met back in 2020, Darcey Silva and Georgi Rusev have been one of the most talked about couples in the 90 Day Fiance universe. Their relationship was first captured in the inaugural season of Darcey and Stacey, a spin-off series that follows Darcey and her twin sister Stacey as they live their lives and navigate their relationships. Despite a 12-year age gap, communication mishaps, trust issues, and a break here and then, Darcey and Georgie tied the knot in 2023. Now, in this season of 90 Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After, the series will follow Darcey and Georgie as the two head back to Georgie's home. country of Bulgaria, to visit his parents and the rest of his family. He hadn't been back in 13 years, said Darcey when asked how she felt about being the first woman Georgi introduced to his parents. When I left my home, I was only 16, added Georgi. It was an emotional trip for me. Needless to say, the couple took into consideration the fact that Bulgaria is very different from the United States. While Darcey attempted a make-under to fit in better with Georgi's family and community, it was impossible for her to hide who she is. She even got emotional during their first meal with Georgi's parents. I wasn't trying to make anyone uncomfortable, explained Darcey. I just wear my heart on my sleeve. Luckily, Georgi's family was accepting of their son's wife. Everything's fine now, assured Georgi. By now, sharing their life with the series' adoring fanbase has become routine. I like sharing my story and my journey because hopefully I can help someone else, said Darcey, noting that it's not hard for her to be her authentic self on camera. I forget the cameras are there sometimes. For his part, Georgi admits that although he is never nervous about sharing their relationship with the world, he does get anxious thinking about what their friends and family have to say. I get nervous about how the people react, especially the closest people to us, admitted Georgi. Because their relationship has been documented on reality TV since its inception, Georgi knows that the show is a part of their love story. We want to share that with everybody, said Georgi. Darcey Silva, I enjoy doing it. It's not hard for me to be raw, real, and authentic on camera. It's just who. The 90-Day Fiance stars tied the knot in a secret ceremony in November, and now they're sharing all the dreamy details of their big day exclusively with people, beginning with the touching symbolism behind their wedding date. The couple held their intimate wedding, only 15 guests were in attendance, at Silva's father's Connecticut estate. With the help of dazzled events, they filled the residence with candles and white flower arrangements throughout, including on the grand staircase. Where we said our adios, it was stunning and breathtaking. You felt like you were in Tuscany, Silva recalls. She and Rusev exchanged traditional vows during a ceremony officiated by a close family friend, Amos Jones. It had a spiritual and heartfelt feeling to it. It was very touching and emotional, Silva says. Darcey and Rusev's wedding was captured by world-renowned photographer Fadil Barisha. We are so blessed and grateful he did our wedding photo shoot, she says. The pictures are remarkable and will be memories we all have for a lifetime. Darcey first shared her surprise wedding news in November in a joint Instagram post with TLC. I'm thrilled to share that Georgi and I got married on our special day of November 11th. I've been on a long journey to find love, and in the end, love wins, she wrote at the time, seemingly making a nod to the couple's rocky road to the altar, which included 2 called-off engagements. I'm so blessed for you all to be a part of my journey in life, love, and happiness, she added. Thank you for all the love and support. Now, months after their nuptials, Darcey and Rusev are happily diving into their next chapter, which Darcey says will be filled with lots of love and amazing new opportunities, journeys, and experiences. And it seems she and her husband may be saying I do all over again in the near future. We hope to all go to Europe and have a bigger fairy tale dream come true type wedding ceremony and vow renewals for both Stacey and I with Georgi and Florian, Stacey's husband, she reveals. We would love both sides of the families to be a part of it. I'm thrilled to share that Georgi and I got married on our special day of November 11th, Silva, 49, announced in a joint Instagram post with TLC on Thursday, November 16th, which featured a sweet shot of the couple's hands together. Both sported bejeweled wedding rings, with Rusev's band featuring diamonds and black gemstones, while Silva's included a large blue dazzler surrounded by a plethora of diamonds. Silva also added a personal touch to her wedding veil by having her and Rusev's first name initials embroidered on it. I've been on a long journey to find love, and in the end, love wins, the reality star continued. I'm so blessed for you all to be a part of my journey in life, love, and happiness. Thank you for all the love and support. Stay tuned. Love, Darcey. Despite a brief breakup, Rusev proposed once more before filming for the show's 3rd season ended. They seemingly called it quits for good in February 2022. 1 month later, Silva exclusively